What's up, everybody? I am back. It has been a while, and you know what time it is. What's up, everybody? It's your friendly neighborhood super Negro, Anthony Sterling, right here. Still rocking the quarantine chic look. Yep, in my fortress of solitude. And as usual, we're doing movie reviews, so we're going to get into it. And yes, it has been a while. I know no one's like really asking, where have you been? Who cares? Anyway, I'm ready to review. And for this review, I had to jump on it because I just finished watching Wonder Woman 84. The sequel to 2017's big hit Wonder Woman now finds Diana in 1984, working for the Smithsonian and still moonlighting as Wonder Woman, but in secret. This film stars Gal Gadot as Diana slash Wonder Woman, Kristen Wiig as Barbara Minerva slash Cheetah, Chris Pine, who makes a return as Steve Trevor slash someone else. You'll see in the movie if you do watch it, and Pedro Mando, yes, the Mando Pascal as Max Lord. I'm just gonna come out straight and say this movie is very middle of the road type of sequel. It's not great, it's not good, it's not horrible, and it's not bad, but it is okay. It's all right. The good in this movie is the supporting cast or the other stars. Kristen Wiig as Barbara Minerva. Now, Barbara Minerva, if you've read the comics, they've taken pieces of her origin, but they've also mixed it a little bit with, and if I get it wrong, DC fans, please correct me in the comments, with Priscilla Rice, who was the original Cheetah from the 1940s. And the reason I say that is because with Barbara, if you go and look at Barbara's origins, you know, she is a professor, she's a doctor, she's a very intelligent woman, she's an explorer, she's a gemologist, all the ologists that you can get when you're doing excavation and archaeology. That's Barbara Minerva. That's what they use. But they also use Priscilla Rice's character from the original Cheetah or the original Wonder Woman with the jealousy of Wonder Woman. Oh, how come you're like this and I want to be like you? And I think Kristen Wiig did a really good job with it, you know, for what she was given. There are moments where you kind of go, oh man, I like Kristen Wiig. I like Barbara. And then there are minutes where you're like, girl, get over yourself. Just put on a pair of pumps and go out. I kind of felt she was a little more well-rounded until you start getting into the whole she's becoming Cheetah moment. Then it's very one-dimensional, but there are some good sparks in it. Chris Pine. Okay, out of the Hollywood Chris's, Chris Pine is a delight. I really enjoyed his Steve Trevor. I enjoyed it in the first Wonder Woman. I thought he was comical. I thought when he needed to be serious, he was serious. Here in the sequel, he was more comic relief than he was in the first one, and the roles are reversed, because in the first one, where Wonder Woman was the fish out of water being in man's land and he had to guide her, here he's the fish out of water and Diana has to guide him through, you know, living in 1984 Washington DC. But he's also a man out of time, which was very Steve Rogerish, if you catch my drift, you know. Pedro Pascal. What more can I say about this dude, man? The guy is just charisma personified. Like, he oozes it on screen. His Maxwell Lord, the way he plays it is very cheesy, cheeky, corny, troubling in a lot of ways. But you kind of feel for him. You know, even though he's a slime ball, you feel for him. And I mean, he encapsulates 1980s excess, but also the greed of it. I think he does pretty well, you know, and I gotta give him kudos for that. Another good thing in this movie was the beginning of this movie. The Themysciran Olympics, the Amazonian Games. That was really cool and engaging. Very fun to watch. To be honest, I would have enjoyed a full movie on Themyscira. Some maybe called the Themysciran Chronicles or something. You hear me, WB? You hear me, DC? Make a whole movie on Themyscira. That might work. On to the not so good, bad, horrible, however you want to perceive it. Gal Gadot, or Gal Gadot. Somebody please correct me. Let me know how you pronounce this woman's name. I want to put respect on her name, even though in this movie, just like the first Wonder Woman movie, as well as her appearances in Justice League and in Batman v Superman, she's very flat in her acting. Even in parts where she was supposed to really push her sadness, her emotion, it didn't make me really feel for Diana. I felt, and let me be honest, I felt for her situation because having to go on, losing the person you love, which 9 out of 10, you probably still would have lost them regardless because you're an immortal basically. He's immortal. He's going to die. He's going to wither, get old, turn into maggot meat, and it's over. So you're still alone. But it was still something I was like, yeah, man, being immortal sucks. The action in this movie was few and far between. Very few and far between. But even when you get it, it didn't feel satisfying. The Lasso of Truth is supposed to be one of her greatest weapons next to her bracelets and everything, and it looked cartoonish in a lot of ways. The way it was animated, the way it moved, it almost had a life of its own. You know, like Diana would just sling it and it was like, okay, I'm gonna go here and here and here. And there were some cool things that she did with it, you know, lassoed a bullet and knocked it out the way, and, you know, swing on lightning like you saw in the trailers. And, you know, for the swinging, I implore WB, go find people who worked in the Spider-Man films and learn physics of swinging, because it wasn't that much of a wonder, to be honest. The choice of how they shot her to show that she runs fast is kind of funny. And I'm not a fan of how they did the Flash in the Justice League movie at all either. Like, in all honesty, this whole that's a hot mess. At least Diana's, you know, doing, you know, her best sprint. Gail Diva, she's not. You know, Jackie Joyner Kersey or Florence Griffin or Flojo, she is no Flojo when she's running. Like, her run is very awkward looking, but okay, cool, whatever. Things you could work on in the third film, if there is one, hopefully. The big villain fight scenes, I will say this, it is way better than what they did in the third act from the first movie. Okay, the big CG thing, and I know Patty Jenkins was on record to say that WB pretty much crammed that in because they wanted a big CG set piece of a fight. I enjoyed the Cheetah Wonder Woman face off, you know, when you finally got it. The only thing there's a few only things that I didn't appreciate was it was, one, too short, too much in the air, and we didn't get to see Cheetah in full Cheetah. The effects makeup on Kristen Wiig was kind of so-so. To quote one comment that I saw, it was like watching Cats with Kristen Wiig when she became Cheetah. I would have liked to seen a little more animal to her. She is supposed to be, as she said, she wanted to be the apex predator. And maybe next time, if they do reintroduce Cheetah, go to the animated Wonder Woman film that came out, I think, a few years back with Kerry Russell, who did the voice for Wonder Woman. The way they did Cheetah in that, there was a change, a metamorphosis. She was humanoid, and then she just looked like a massive anthropomorphic, yes, cheetah. standing on her hind legs and whipping Diana's ass. And I mean, she whooped Diana's ass. That little bit you gave us with Cheetah and Wonder Woman, that wasn't enough. We need more. This was supposed to be one of Wonder Woman's biggest foes. She's supposed to, you put some respect on that Cheetah Woman name. Chitara from the Thundercats came off a hell of a lot cooler than Cheetah and Wonder Woman 84. Now think about that. Think about that, Patty.
Come on, Patty.
The story was stretched so far because this movie is 2.5 hours, people. 2.5 hours. That's 2.5 hours a little too much. No, I'm joking. I think if they would have trimmed 30 minutes of this film, I think it would have been a little more tighter. You're in Washington, D.C., and the only black person you see is the homeless guy that Barbara gives coffee to, which was served hot. You know, kudos to Barbara. Good job. And that's not the only black person, because Kelly from Insecure is in here, and I am a Kelly stan. So anything this sister is in, I'm gonna watch. I would have said trim the fat. This is the 80s. Get Slim Fast, get Weight Watchers, get Richard Simmons. Work this baby out. This movie was too fat and bloated, and it should have had a little bit of weight loss. The MacGuffin of the movie, the Dreamstone. That was kind of enjoyable, but at the same time, it was like, all right. I see where you're going. It's the monkey paw. Be careful what you wish for. Appreciate what you have in life, because it's what you have. Enjoy it. You know, may not have gotten it. I'll be brutally honest. Soul did it so much better. So my verdict: should you watch this movie? For the fans, you're gonna probably love it. For the casual who's not a big fan, I'll let you be the judge. For me, it doesn't have replayability. I don't think I'm gonna go and watch it again unless it's a part of a superhero marathon, and then if it is, I'll probably just go use the bathroom or go take a trip. Well, that was my review for Wonder Woman 84. Did this review sway you to watch it out of spite, or did it sway you not to watch to keep your sanity? Let me know. Hit that red subscribe button. It'll only take a second. Blue thumbs up. Blue thumbs are always cool. And make sure you hit that bell and turn your notifications to on so you'll be notified every time I drop something new. So until next time, you guys know the drill. Wash your hands, wash your feet, wash your ass. I'm out.